What seems to be overrated, until you actually try it? Tailored clothing. You can have just about any body shape, but when you have it tailored to your actual size, you go from looking okay to looking amazing. Drinking water. It's amazing how much better I feel when I consciously choose to drink more water. Sleep. Nutrition. Hydration. Believe me when I say this. It's a cold, dark world until you tune those three together. Good headphones. You'll hear little nuances in music you've heard hundreds of times before but didn't notice. Hiring movers. I used to pride myself in my moves. But that was just me and my stuff from one bedroom to another. When I got married, we started renting our own apartments and the stuff accumulated over the years. When we moved to NYC, we hired my buddy's moving company and it was amazing. When we moved apartments the next year, we hired another company and it was so nice not having to move a single thing up the stairs. We have not moved in 6 years now and I hope we won't have to anytime soon. But we will 100% pay the extra hundreds of dollars to not schlep couches and dressers. 2 monitors for your computer. Once you go to, you'll never go back. Getting 8+ hours of sleep. 2 things: work boots/shoes and quality underwear. If you work on your feet, do not skimp on your footwear. It saves on fatigue and body aches. Just for starters, I am currently wearing the ugliest pair of boots I've ever owned. Just because they were the most comfortable pair I tried on while shopping. They are work boots. Who gaf what they look like. They will be filthy on the first day at a construction site. As far as the underwear, once you wear a good quality pair, you'll never want to go back. As a millennial, a full-time job and falling asleep early. Was a night owl for years. Depressed for a few. Had a few part-time jobs here and there because I thought that I would hate working full-time. Turns out I like waking up early and really needed the structure in my life. Helped with my depression immensely and I'm not so sad anymore these days. Sure, I have less time to do other things. But now they actually feel like hobbies. Not like things I used to pass an excessive amount of time. Finding something you truly enjoy. For me, although I suck, it's 3D modeling. So go out there and try out some hobbies. You never know what you'll like. Yoga and meditation. It's ridiculous how hard it can be to just sit within yourself. But once you've done it and found the quiet, it's hard to stay away. Getting skincare that actually works for you instead of whatever is convenient. I had terrible acne for years and I would just use whatever skincare I got my hands on instead of finding something that actually cleared up my skin. Reading the book before watching the movie. Don't get me wrong. I love movies. I just find it enhances both if I go in that order. Edit. As a librarian, I have a long list of books I think should be movies. Dark Matter. The Graveyard Book. The Catcher in the Rye. Artemis Fowl. Cinder. The list goes on. Curious what books others think should be movies? Edit 2. Thanks to everyone who let me know an Artemis Fowl movie is in the works. Good quality fruits and vegetables. It may sound overrated, but good. Fresh foods taste amazing. Hawaii. It seems cliché and overdone, at least in US. But for good reason. I used to wonder why people would fly so long just to go to the beach when FL or CA is so much closer. It's a true cultural experience. Not just beaches and tropical drinks. Many fancy, expensive restaurants. I've always been frugal. After marriage, I've joined my in-laws on several occasions for nice dinners. My taste buds are still in shock at the flavors that exist among foods I've eaten all my life. There is a true art to cooking that can't be replicated without years of education and training. Those electric scooters that recently popped up all over cities in USA. I always made fun of the people riding them for being lame until I had to unexpectedly be on the other side of downtown. What would have been a 45-minute walk turned into a 15-minute ride for under $5. Plus it was super fun. Haters gonna hate. Exercising regularly / having an actually reasonable sleep schedule / treating your mental health right, pretty much just treating yourself well. High refresh rate monitors. You think you know what smoothness is until you get one of these. Then you look back at 60 Hz and wonder how you ever found that smooth in the first place. Saving money while young. Me and my husband were always seen as super boring when we were young because we both individually loved to save money. We still went out but just spent very little. No alcohol, no smoking, no drugs, no makeup, no expensive restaurants, always find vouchers, etc. But we saved enough to buy a home with a 50% deposit in our 20s, which means a tiny mortgage. That now means that we can live very comfortably off one average income and still save for whatever we want to do. Trust me. Start saving now. Cleaning. Everyone thinks this is a chore. But there's actually great benefits when you clean your house and your bedroom. You get some exercise and you actually have a lot more space, and it's good for your health. Listening to the Beatles. Like, no way this goofy looking group from the 60s who sing about holding hands are actually as good as everyone claims they are. Right? But they are. Classical concert. Actually hearing the instruments in front of you is breathtaking. Period. I usually roll my eyes when I hear this, but mindfulness and meditation. I just took a really good course at my job for precepting new employees and we had this section on mindfulness and meditation. Cue the eye rolling. But it was so interesting. And I really gained a lot of insight about how to apply principles on both my personal and professional life to maintain wellness and well-being. Cheese pizza. All my life I ordered toppings because why would I want a plain pizza? Meat and stuff only makes it better, right? Well, one day I went to my pizza place for a slice, but I could only afford a slice of cheese, so I got it and sprinkled some crushed red pepper on it, and my goodness, so ducking good. Been my preferred pizza for 8 years now. Before that I thought people were nuts for ordering a plain pizza, but I see it now. Trampoline parks. Took my toddler and wife to one for a kids' party. We were out doing errands before, so we showed up early. I had no intention of doing that childish stuff. It costed close to the same to buy an hour for the family as it did just for one toddler, so we said what the heck. Turns out that I haven't had that much fun in a while, and really needed that time with my family. We have been stressed out about buying a house, switching jobs, cut and pay, etc. etc. But instead of suffering through a toddler birthday party like I expected, my wife, kid, and I had a blast with each other, just jumping and playing, and I felt like a kid again. Not many other parents really did it that much, and we were definitely going at it the most. I felt a little self-conscious being all sweaty and out of breath. But then I looked over at my family having such a good time, and I instantly said duck it again, and we were going at it until they called time on our hour that we bought. And we reluctantly vacated the trampoline area. Smartphones. 39 and just bought my first smartphone 4 months ago. While at work every day at work, I'm busting my butt, and what seems like every few minutes I see someone playing on their phone. Between Reddit, my games and other apps, I now know why they are constantly fiddling with their smartphones. Having a 9 to 6 job with decent and stable income,